Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. 19K Fox, say it ain't so. Say that you didn't buy views. Say that you didn't buy subs. Oh man, the arcade went up scene has always been, entertaining. Entertaining because of what's going on with the companies, and the business side of it. Now, I don't know everybody here, guys. I'm talking about this because I was watching the Rexler show last night, and it was brought up. And let me tell you, I was genuinely shocked. I didn't know. I don't watch every video from everybody. I'll tune in if there's something major going on to the home arcade scene. But in general, right, from other YouTubers, and maybe the Arcade One Up community doesn't know this, but other YouTubers do not look fondly on YouTubers that buy views or buy anything else. It just, for other people, makes you look as fake, right? It's not genuine engagement, right? It's fake clout. And I was shocked because of all the arcade one-up creators, the one that fit the bill the most as far as PR, right, would be 19K Fox, right? He has the look of many influencers that we get pitched to at work for different things, right? But specifically for home improvement and tooling and stuff like that, he fits the bill of the type of influencer that we get market a lot to for different products. So I didn't think he would have to do something like that, and I thought his growth was genuine because he's entertaining to people, whatever. That's not the same thing for all the arcade one-up community, especially with what goes on. What's interesting about the home arcade community, or any community that devolves into what this has evolved to, is that you get grown men acting like they're in high school, right? They go into cliques, and I'm sorry, don't get offended. I mean, but normal people out there, this is the way they're looking at you, and it can happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody. Somebody touches a nerve, man, and you go off. I have a hot temper. I've been known to go off a few times myself, right? But that's what people find entertaining, and over what? In this case, it's over a company, and over companies that don't care about you. They don't give a shit about you. They don't care at all about you, right? If they would, they would make much better products, right? And it takes something to be an influencer for these guys, for this type of product, to be a shill, right? And it seems nowadays that everybody that's a Gen Xer, is trying to be out there, be an influencer, and try to become a shill. Shills are necessary, right? But you have to have the stomach for it. I don't, right? I don't. I'm never going to be sponsored, probably, because I say things off the cuff, things that are not PC, and things that you can relate to, because it's the only way you can relate to people is by being genuine. I could be wrong about things, but I could be genuinely wrong, right? But it's different than me trying to promote, for example, the little three-quarter arcades. If you guys have been around the channel, I hate them. I hate them. Of course I hate them, right? But if I'm going to make $100,000 a year on them, I'll do my job, but it's not going to be genuine. I hate those. I hate the little keychain stuff. I hate the promoting Etsy shit to put on my console. I don't like doing any of those things, right? I do like promoting indie games, indie products, stuff like that, but all of it has to do with, the video games themselves, right? I don't like promoting anything on the periphery, things that people that make things just to basically make money off communities. I don't like doing that stuff, or promote it, or like it. It would be disingenuous. But if you're a shill and these companies are sending you this stuff to promote, based on the fact that you have so many viewers, based on the fact that you have so many subscribers, then you have to do it. And a big factor in this is YouTube. YouTube actually plays on your insecurities. Let me tell you, this is a hobby channel, right? And I've taken the last 2 years off, going to college, going to school, getting married. So I haven't been doing the best job here. Nor will I ever, right? Because I have a baby. I can't live stream, for example. And nor I would want to, especially with a family. It's very hard because you're sitting here and kids want you all the time, right? So I make these videos whenever I have 10, 15 minutes when I know I'm by myself. Then I can, I can make this video. but I couldn't do a live stream because, somebody would be coming up asking me stuff, and I want to be there for my family, right? So that prohibits me from doing those kind of things. Maybe when I'm retired, right? When the kids are grown, but not now. But in order to do this business well, this business of YouTube, hey, you got to put in the work. You have to put in every day making videos, and even making videos on stuff you don't want to make, right? Some of my best performing videos, for example, are videos that I make on other creators because they're doing something within the arcade space, say a Billy Mitchell, say a Carl Jobs, say a Gerard, right? And those I'm kind of ending because there's just not enough content out there to have a channel that just does that, right? You would have to be looking for a new enemy all the time. This is what the problem that these YouTubers run into. Arcade 1-Up was a great subject for, 19K Fox here. Look at these videos, 28,000, 23,000, great. As long as you're reviewing products, and especially if those products are coming in free, or even if you don't get them free, if you're buying them and people are watching you because of that, awesome. But that cash cow has long gone, right? And then you have low performing videos, and that's where they get you, right? So on my Ubisoft video that only had 12 views, when this guy commented on it, only 12 views is crazy. As soon as that video was not performing well, YouTube gives me the advertising. Hey, you want 1,000 views on this video guaranteed? We'll guarantee you 1,000 views on this video. Why would I want it? If it's somebody from India that doesn't care about my opinion, why the hell would I want that? I don't. Right? And this is the reason other YouTubers look down on this stuff, because it's not genuine. It's not genuine engagement. It's not the people that are watching you. Yeah, it's going to get you free products because, companies are going to see that you have so many subscribers and stuff like that. But, if that's the way you run your business, that's the way you run your business. But you can't expect people to view you the same way, right? And if you're going to be a shill, and companies need shills, let me tell you this. But if it's better if you promote a product that you like or believe in, right? But not everybody's going to fit that bill. I don't fit that bill. There's other YouTubers that don't fit that bill because we tend to, do stuff like this. I'm not reading a script. I'm just telling you what I think right now off the top of my head. And in doing that, I might say things that are not okay. I'll say, this little keychain crap sucks, and I'm not going to talk well about the company because I think this is just a cash grab, or I'll just say something that's not PC or something like that, and there goes the deal. When you're a shill, you have to keep that in mind, and you have to, even if you don't like the product, you have to put the company in the best light possible because that's your job, right? That is your job, literally, right? So, other YouTubers in the YouTube community look at this stuff and, they're just going to give you a side eye because, the growth is not genuine. You're paying for the growth. And specifically in this case, I didn't think it was necessary. I think this man and others, and I don't know how many have done it, guys. Excuse me, I'm not that into the arcade community, right? I'll pop in and out. Like I said, I made this video because I was watching a Rexer live stream. And they were talking about it there. But there's a couple, there's a few people that they're entertaining. The problem is there isn't that much entertaining material to talk about, right? There could be, but it'd take a certain amount of effort, and people have jobs, people have kids, they have to go to school. So, maybe they want to do this. I don't know. I have to say, I didn't expect it from 19K Fox, but who knows? Who knows how many Arcade 1-Up people are doing this because the views aren't coming anymore, because there are no more cabinets, to be found. So, it is what it is, guys, and this is always going to be a part of YouTube, especially when YouTube itself is promoting this kind of stuff. Because if you don't, right, if you're a monetized channel and you don't have the join button, if you don't have, everything monetized open, it's very hard for you to survive, because they're not going to put you on there, because they're not going to make any money. It's just like any other business. If you're not going to make me money, right? If I don't get 30% of your cut, why am I going to put you on? Right? That's the way this business is. And there's a lot of pressure. And if you really want to make this what do they say? Self-sustaining endeavor, or whatever the bullshit line is out there. I don't know. If you really want to make this your job, basically, if you want to support yourself from YouTube, hey, there's certain things that you have to do that people are not going to be looking fondly upon, like buying views, like shilling products that are crap, like shilling products that people don't like, right? So there's always room for somebody to stand on the other side. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. If I got a sponsorship, who would sponsor me? I don't know, a gambling website. Alcohol, tobacco. I don't drink, smoke, or gamble anymore that I'm married. But back in the day, that would have been a great sponsorship, right? I would tell you it's amazing if you're single, irresponsible if you're married. And then as soon as I said that, oh, your sponsorship is out of there. You need to promote our stuff, right? Man, what a trip! What a trip! I don't think it was necessary for this gentleman to do it. I think he had the chops to do something more. And I think there are other channels. There's other channels that, let's face it, they have to do it, because they're just not. Oh no. I've seen some channels, and there's things you can do to grow. There's certain things that I couldn't do. People tell me you need to do this to grow your channel. What do guys do? Put their wives on there. Be careful. You might lose your wife. Right, as soon as you put a woman on, let me tell you, if I wanted to get views, I put my wife on. Geez, it'd be all day, but then it would not be genuine. Everybody can see through that. Absolutely can see through it. And it's the same thing with views. I'd rather have 12 views that are genuine people that tune to my channel because they want to know my opinion on Ubisoft, than have 1,000 views that I paid for on YouTube just so people wouldn't look down on me because I have low views. It's not that big of a deal. Failure teaches you things. The reason I only have less than 3,000 subscribers is because I haven't dedicated the time and effort to do this. I've dedicated time for my family and schooling and training and all that stuff, my job. And that's the way it's going to be. But whatever viewers I get, that are mine. I didn't pay for a single one. Right? I'd rather be a 2,500 channel, whatever it is, that is grown. And this is in 10 years, guys. This has been a long time of talking smack on the internet, let me tell you. But have the people that actually follow you, then have 10,000 subscribers that really don't care what you're talking about, because they're from other countries that don't even understand your language. Buying views, man. How low has the arcade community fallen? And one of the pillars of buying views. I can just imagine what else is going on. Oh, man. But I'll keep on watching. I'll keep on watching, you guys, because, some of the stuff is funny, man. Some of the stuff that's going on. When you're putting on a stream, so who was it? Michael B, whatever the hell his name. He's putting on a stream so people won't watch other shows that John D's promoting. I think that was, and you guys can correct me. I don't know, and I don't even care. I just find the whole thing funny, right? This is like high school crap, man, and these are grown men doing this kind of shit. It's not necessary, guys. If you're a YouTuber out there, don't buy views. Yeah, you suck. It's okay that you suck. If failing is a great place to start, because when you're at rock bottom, it's a solid place to build, man, and you can build something good. Don't artificially grow yourself. It's not going to do you any good. Maybe it'll get you a free product, but it's not going to get you a real audience. That's just my opinion, guys. All right, humans, thank you for joining me. If you like this kind of content, make sure you like and subscribe, because most people don't. If you're really cool, join the channel for 99 cents. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.